Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Buck Roll. Alright, we're about 2.5 weeks to Halloween, and in the past when I lived in California, I always kind of teased a little bit the neighbors that, yeah, I'm going to be doing Halloween again this year, and it usually started off with me putting a big, scary looking draping 18-foot tall ghoul cowboy thing that I hung in front of my house, and it was really cool because the front of the house right by the street there was a gable above it. It was a two-story house, and my bedroom was right there, and so from the top of the gable down to the floor, this 18-foot ghoul was perfect, and it was big. It caught the attention, and everybody knew that Halloween was going to be a thing again this year. Well, I've done the same thing here a little bit here in Texas now that I've started doing Halloween here, but it isn't quite the same thing. Yes, I still have that pirate ghoul thing, and I do use him, but he's in the process of maybe being retired one of these years, and since the house is set back a little bit further from the street than my house in California was, I'm doing a few things to try and let the neighbors know that, yeah, we're getting ready for Halloween again. I got like some really dark purple bluish almost like black light Christmas lights on a railing that goes up in the front yard, and I've got a skeleton in a chair kind of waving at people. But today I want to kind of start putting the good stuff up. A couple of the things that I do involved a couple of windows in the house. I have one window in the master bedroom where I put a screen over it and project ghostly images on it, and I want to get that going today. And in another one, I got something else I want to do. I started doing it last year. I have an old witch that's been a part of my Halloween display for probably 15 years. She's beyond kind of the point where we're using her in any kind of mainstream manner, but she still looks good from a distance, and I can do things to kind of cover up how bad shape she is. So what I've been doing last year was I put her in the guest bedroom window peering out and just had strobe lights strobing on her, and I thought that was really cool. Now, it turns out while I was out running some errands today, I found out where the local Spirit Halloween is going to be this year. I remember I'd seen the location at some point, and I didn't remember exactly where it was, and I stumbled upon it today and went in there and got a couple of light effects, and I got another one of these zombie babies that I revealed last year. So that kind of changed the thought of what we're gonna do, at least before before Halloween, for the setup. Because originally I was gonna put the witch in the window, but I think I'm gonna make a display with these zombie babies, and I'm gonna be hitting them with strobe lights, and I think that'll look really cool. So that's what the project is today. We're gonna set those couple things up. So yeah, these are the two zombie babies I got last year. They had a few others there that were, kind of interesting, but I wasn't as into them. But these two I thought were really, really horrific, and they'd look really great front and center in the yard. Now, this is the one I found this year, and I really like this one. Look at the eyes on that thing. Kind of creepy looking, isn't it? Looks like some evil Bond villain or something like that. So this is the window I'm talking about for ultimately the witch, but it's going to be the zombie babies right now. And fortunately, I got this really nice little book cabinet thing that I got from my mom, which is like perfect for this, because what I'll do is I've got this black piece of material. It's like 5 feet wide and 6 feet long. And so what I'll do is I'll drape it over this all the way down to the ground. It'll create a really cool background and kind of cover everything up. And then I'll put one or maybe two of the zombie babies on top, and one of them on a box kind of at this level. Each one of them will have strobe lights aimed at it, and probably I'm going to have 3 strobe lights in here, one from behind and then the other 2 kind of hitting it from in front. And I think that'll actually look pretty cool. So looking forward to seeing what that looks like, but let's put it together and I'll show you what I mean. So this is sort of what I mean. I've got the black drape over the bookcase here. It goes down to a second shelf down there that I have another baby there. And like I said, I got the new one and the old one up here. And like I said, a third one down here. I'm going to put a strobe on each one of them. Like I said, probably one directly on this baby, and then one from the front on these two babies, and then probably one from behind. And I think that'll not only kind of create a kind of a creepy backlight for the babies, but it'll also maybe get some attention and get people looking in here and seeing this. Alright, so we got this kind of rigged up here. I've got the black light here on the dresser. I got another one here on this computer stack here. And then a third one behind the babies, kind of lighting stuff up from behind. You're really kind of getting the effect a little bit, but you're not going to really totally get it until I look at this from outside in the front yard after dark, when it's when there's no light in here, and when it's dark out there, and then it'll look really good. And this will kind of hopefully get some attention in here, and kind of set up for what's coming. So this is another part of the system I use for Halloween. This is a kind of a cool little inexpensive projector that will play video files and project them onto a screen. And it comes with a little thin piece of plastic that you put over your window that becomes the projector screen, and then you project an image on it or video on it, and it looks actually really cool. Now, one of the things I really like about this one over some of the other ones is that you can use your own video files. It turns out, you can just plug a little USB thumb drive in the back of this thing, put your own videos on it, and do it that way. Now, it comes with some of its own videos, but I thought a lot of the videos that were there were kind of goofy and funny, and I'm not looking for goofy or funny, I'm looking for scary. So the video that I use is actually one that I found, it's a series of videos that I found online on YouTube and downloaded and cut into my own video clip. And so it's ghosts and zombies and that kind of stuff, as opposed to dancing skeletons and some of the funny things that they do. So this takes a little bit more time because I really got to kind of disrupt my bedroom a little bit, because I got to move the bed away from the wall, because that is actually where the window is, and I need basically the entire length of the room to get the screen projected large enough that it fills the whole window. So that's the next thing I got to do, is I got to disrupt my bedroom a little bit. So yeah, this is the window I'm talking about in the master bedroom, and as you can see, the bed is up against a wall, so the bed is going to have to move all the way up till it's past this window here. So my bedroom is going to be kind of a little disrupted for the next couple weeks, but that's the price that I pay to put on a good Halloween show, right? So yeah, that's what I've done. I've just basically moved the bed away from the wall, and now I have this big gap here. What I'll do is I'll put the projector right here about where the door is, and the screen will be up on that window, and it'll, like I said, it's proved to work really well before, and it's a good location in the front of the house. Everybody can see it. There's no plants that are obstructing things, so that's always sort of a highlight of the show. So let's get that put together. Now, I think I've probably shown you this thing before, because I've used this for a few times, but like I said, it's a really nice little projector. It projects really well onto the screen here, and in addition to having preset videos that you can set, you can just plug in a thumb drive in the back of it with your own video on it, and as long as it's formatted correctly, it'll project it. Now, like I said, I created the one that I use from clips I found online, and I just found it was better than the kind of goofy ones you saw that are preloaded onto the device. But the fact that it allows you to add your own videos, I think that's really cool. So can't really show you a whole lot of this right now because it's too light out, but when it gets dark out, I'm gonna turn this on, and we'll take a look at this, and we'll take a look at the zombie babies in the other window. Now, while I was at Spirit, I found a couple other cool lighting effects here. I've wanted actually something like this for a long time. This kind of just creates the illusion of flame, and I think that'll look really cool. And I don't know, this might really be kind of lame, but it looked like it created a big giant eyeball on a wall. So I decided to try one of those to see if it's any good or not. This could go either way, but I have wanted one of these for a long time. Let's hook these up and see what they do. Well, I gotta admit, that is actually not too bad. A couple of these would actually be kind of cool in the front of the house, make it look like there's these eyeballs that are staring at you. So we may do something with that. Right now I'm just kind of projecting it onto the ceiling, because that's really the only place in the house I have a bare wall that you're not going to be projecting it over posters or something like that. That would actually kind of almost be cool, projected on the garage door or something, or maybe the side of the house or something like that. So yeah, I don't think that's terribly bad. That is kind of neat. Let's look at that other thing. Yeah, that's sort of what I was expecting for that, though. I think if I project that like into the entryway into the house, out like up on the porch or something like that, that'll fill in the whole area and make the whole place look kind of more alive. But yeah, that's actually really cool. I do like that. And like I said, I've been wanting one of these for a long time, so I think that's going to be a good addition. What I'll do is I'll get some of this stuff hooked up, and not going to be able to show you a whole bunch more until after dark. So I'll see you then. All right, we're starting to get a little bit after dusk, and yeah, the zombie babies are looking pretty good. Like I said, I got one strobe behind it and then kind of one on each of the 2 levels. So that one down there has a strobe on it, and those 2 up there have a strobe on it. And they're all kind of doing different things at different times. And I think it's creating a cool effect. It's probably not coming through real well on the camera, but it does really look good in real life. So I think that'll get some attention to people that are walking by. It's going to be another hour or so before this is really spectacular. This actually looks better on camera than it does in real life right now, but when it gets dark, this is going to look really cool in here. So, you know, you've seen this before, so I'm not going to show a whole lot of that. And I decided to project this onto the front of the chimney, and I thought that looks pretty cool, just, you know, doing its thing there. Kind of trippy, right? Alright, so I think that kind of wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Halloween's always been one of my favorite holidays, so, you know, going all out and having fun with it is always a good thing, and if I can help other people enjoy it too, all the better. So, anyway, that's just me. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.